Greetings to you. Welcome to Obodo YouTube channel where we have our Sunday reflection for the gospel reading. If you love what I'm doing, you can subscribe, you can share, and you can like to support me. So today the Holy Mother Church bring before us the fifth Sunday after Easter. The gospel is taken from John chapter 13, verse 31 to 33, 34 to 35. And God gives us today a new commandment. We have 10 commandments already, but it's like a summary of the whole commandments. God summarized the commandment into two. Today he says, I give you a new commandment, that you should love one another. It sounds simple, but that is the most difficult thing that our world is suffering from today. And Mother Teresa will also say that people are not actually dying of either cancer or name the disease, tuberculosis, loneliness. No, but rather people are dying out of love. We live in a world where you hear every now and then you hear people say, I love you, I love you, I love you. We're not talking about the erotic love. We're talking about genuine love. The love that Jesus spoke about in John chapter 3, verse 16. That for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him will have everlasting life. God so loved the world, he gave. That's to say, love is sacrifice. You can't claim you love someone when you can't make sacrifice for them. Love have to do with sacrifice. So when you say you love someone, you must be ready to do what? To make sacrifice. So today God is bringing before us that he's giving us a new commandment, that we should love one another. Now, you can't actually give out what you don't have. That's one thing I want you to realize. You can only give out what you have. Many people grew up not receiving love from their parents. And even as adults, they are still pained that their parents didn't show them love. Because of that, their children can't receive love from them. So why continue that same circle? Why not break out of that circle? What you couldn't enjoy from your parents, why not give it to your children? So that your children will pass it on to their children also. Then our community becomes a more better and a loving place. So even if you didn't receive love from your parents, you can actually still give love to your children. Now, some persons don't even love their own self. You don't love yourself because if you love yourself, how can you be smoking? You smoke something that will damage your lungs. You do hard drugs. You're doing abortion. These are things that can damage your body. You are taking alcohol excessively. Something that you after taking it, you become useless to yourself. You become useless even to the people who are around you. How can you claim you love yourself? If you are doing all this to yourself, how can you claim you love yourself? How much more? Because the love comes from within. It is the love of self and it is the love of others. So if you don't love yourself, how do you intend to extend this love to other people? So God is encouraging us today, that is giving us a new commandment, that we should love one another. So you have to go back. The things you do, does it portray that you actually love yourself, that you care for yourself? Some people can't even get themselves a decent meal. Some people are so stingy to themselves. You can't get yourself even a decent meal. Why will you do that to yourself? Why are you punishing yourself? So that you won't share with others. Maybe you are living with someone because you don't want the person to benefit from what you have. You choose to even be eating outside so that the person won't benefit. Why will you be so mean to yourself in that manner? Now, Christ is encouraging us today that we should do what? We should love one another. The love comes from within because it is what you have that you give out. So if you don't love yourself, I'm encouraging you go back to realize, to draw your plan. What is it that makes you not to even love your own self? That the way you treat yourself shows the love you have for yourself. How much more extending that love to others? So we encourage to love one another. We are encouraged to love people who are around us. Anyone, it could be anyone. Most time you will always see that if you have ever cared for someone who is sick before, you realize that the sickness is not really the problem, but once the person receives love, whatever the person takes, I can tell you that from experience. Once the person takes, whatever the person takes, it could even be water, you will see that the person will recover. Yes, there are some diseases out there, but mostly, if you watch our society, people most time they die of love, they die of neglect. No one cares for them. No one is visiting them. No one reach out to them. Not necessarily the disease that kills them. So Jesus is encouraging us today to share love with one another. And there is a portion of the scripture that touched me. I want to read it so that you hear it. And the reading says that by this all men will know that you are my disciple. So it is the love that you show out to people that people will get to know that this truly is a disciple of Jesus. This is a child of God. You can't you can't live in the midst of people and people don't feel the love you have for them. That anytime you are around, it is all about hatred, hateful feeling, hateful talk. No. People should experience love. As a father, are your children comfortable with you in the house? Anytime you are around, are they happy that, oh, daddy is back, dad is back? Or a military officer is back? Or the soldier is back? That's the police officer is back. Is that the way your children sees you? Do they see you as a caring father? A father who they can easily bend their shoulder on without you scolding them. Even though you discipline your children, but can your children really feel loved by you? Do they experience the love of a father? What about as a mother, husband and wife? Is there love in the home? Or you prefer hanging with the boys because there is no peace at home? You are not loved in the house. So you prefer hanging out with the boys to find comfort instead of getting comfort from your own home. So Jesus is encouraging us today that we should go out of our way and show love to people. Show love to that man, show love to that woman. That the rate of death we have in our society will reduce if every one of us, constantly continue to make efforts to show love to one another. Then the disease in our world is going to minimize, because when people are loved, what do you see? There's always a radiation of happiness. There is so much joy in the whole place. If it is within the family is so peaceful. The family will be home. The family will be at home. Everywhere will be so calm. And you realize that this, especially when you see children who grew up from home where there was peace, where they were loved from the very beginning, you realize that the home, the response of those children, anywhere they go to, is totally different. So I want to encourage you that even though you didn't grow up in a home where you receive love, you can actually give love to someone. Extend a helping hand. Extend a loving hand to someone. Don't spread hatred. Don't spread feelings that even you yourself you can't curtail. Let us share more of love in our society so that the world will become more a better place for each and every one of us. And Jesus will say, it is only the love you extend to people that shows that you are my disciple. God bless you. May God give you the grace to realize that Our existence on earth is to know God, is to love God, and is to love our neighbor just as ourselves. God bless you. Do have a fruitful week. And if you love what I'm doing, give me a follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel. God bless you and do have a fruitful. Until I come your way next time, I remain Obudu. Have a nice day.